Hey guys, so it's been a while since I last said anything, posted or whatever. Not that you'll see this for, I don't know, probably another week or two. Still working on uploading things. Today I'll actually be uploading hopefully a bunch of stuff. I'm catching up. It shouldn't be too much longer till I'm up to date. But anyways, so I think last time I posted, it was right before I went up to Lion's Head. Went on one of the hikes. It's like recommended to be the first hike that you do when you're in Cape Town, just because the view is awesome and it's not that hard. So I don't know if I've talked to you about that or not yet, but it's a good hike. Beautiful view. I took some pictures and video and stuff, so I'll post that. Hopefully tomorrow, I think I'm gonna do Table Mountain, which is the famous one. It's like technically like is huge and stretches for quite a distance, but like right here, right near where I live is like where most people do the hiking. So yeah, that one will take a couple hours though. I'm excited about that. Yeah, so I had my first week at the Child Welfare Services. That was good. I didn't do much the first week. I just I worked with the there's a couple different like divisions that operate in the child welfare, and one of them is outreach, community outreach, and they go out and they try and put on programs and events for kids, to keep them, entertained and away from, bad things. I mean, the problem that a lot of kids have is that they don't have anything to do, especially during like holiday. So, yeah, that's when they start turning to things like drinking and stuff like that, and obviously like the gang and violence are pretty prominent here. So there's that stuff. So anyways, the first week I just went out to a couple different townships and played with the kids, soccer and stuff like that. So that was fun. Good way to kind of get introduced to how the whole thing works. Basically, what I'm supposed to do there is I'm supposed to create a program that'll be used for kids with behavior problems, acting out, getting into fights, problems at home, things like that. So it's like a pretty big deal. Like that, it'll be a program hopefully that they'll be using. And so I've just been, this week coming up, I'll just be like getting, research information and things like that, and putting that together. Eventually I'll start. I have a couple of files of some of the kids that kind of helps me to understand exactly what kind of problems these kids are having, and then eventually I'll maybe interview the kids and try to check, make sure this is working. Eventually I'll interview the kids and kind of see exactly where they're at. But it's something really cool, and it's something that is actually going to use my background in psychology and stuff like that. So yeah, they were all really excited about it too. There's not many other interns there. There's just a couple other ones, but they're not like psychology background or anything. They're doing more like administrative stuff. So I'm not really sure why they're in child welfare, but I don't know. They keep saying how excited they are that they have somebody with a psychology degree that'll be working there. So it's cool. And then yeah, other than that, I joined a gym, which is cool. After work I usually go there, and yeah, I mean this past week I didn't go out much at all because I have to get up pretty early to work. To get to work takes me quite a while. I have to go all the way down to the station, so I catch a mini bus, which is pretty similar to what I rode around in Tanzania. If you've seen the pictures and the videos, it's a little more organized. It's not quite as many people in one kind of bus, like mini bus thing, but they still get pretty crowded. And so I take one down to the main station in Cape Town, and then from there I have to catch one out to Athlone, which is where I'm working. It takes about like 25 minutes on the actual bus from the station to where I work. But the biggest problem is that the buses won't leave the station until their bus is filled up with the maximum capacity of passengers, because they're trying to get as much money as they can. So sometimes if I get there too early or something like that, I'll have to sit around and wait for people to get there and stuff like that. And most people are going into town, not out of town, which is what I'm doing, for work. So it can take me like an hour and a half to get to work, from my door to door, from door to door. So that's a bummer. But they're pretty laid back at Child Welfare Services, so that's good. And yeah, no, I mean I've been out a couple times now with some of the roommates. They're all really cool. We just got a couple new ones. So for the next, I think, like a few weeks, we'll have this, now the same ones. I kind of came at a time where a lot of people were leaving and coming. But yeah, and then last night I went out. One of my roommates works in one of the townships, kind of with a small program that they kind of do something similar to like the community outreach that I was talking about at Child Welfare. Which, by the way, I'm not working in that department. I'm working in the intervention department. But anyway, so yeah, so last night I went out to one of the townships because they were putting on this karaoke night, kind of like disco, or like club thing. They were trying to like raise money for their organization. Didn't really turn out too well, but it was still fun, and it was cool to get out there and like experience what it was like. And I slept at one of the people's houses, which they live in even though it's kind of a township. It's not a great area, but the houses are nice. They're not like what you would imagine would be a township house, like a shack. Even though I did live in pretty much a shack for 6 or 10 weeks or so. But yeah, things are good, and hopefully pretty soon I'll be going out. I'm gonna start tackling all the touristy stuff that I want to do while I'm here. Table Mountain, hopefully tomorrow. Maybe swimming with the sharks. Somebody mentioned that there's the world's tallest bungee jumping here. I don't know, but don't worry, Mom and Dad, I won't tell you if I do those things until after I do them. So don't worry about that. But there's also things like Seal Rock or something like that, where there's always like this big rock in the middle of the ocean, and like all these sea lions go there. And it's all around that area. You can also see penguins, which I'm all about. So I'll be doing that. So hopefully in the next few weekends. And also, one of my roommates who's from Cape Town said that he was going to take us on like a wine tour. His parents actually are in the wine business, so he knows his stuff, and he can like show us all the places, and he's definitely going to hook me up with good wine to bring home. So you look forward to that, everybody at home. But yeah, so hopefully in the next few weeks, I'll do some more updates, and I'll have some really exciting stuff to talk to you about. Yeah, and then tonight, hopefully watching the Gators beat LSU. Unfortunately, I have to go to an internet cafe just to watch it because there's no way they have CBS here, let alone, ESPN is hard enough to find, but there's no way any bar's going to have CBS. Like, I looked for a while and went on all these posts and stuff like that, so whatever. I'll just be watching on a computer, but it'll be worth it. So anyways, talk to you guys later.